Long road still ahead for the U.S. and Cuba, but an historic day as the U.S. flag was raised above the Havana embassy and diplomatic relations reestablished.
The time is now to reach out to one another as two peoples who are no longer enemies or rivals, but neighbors.
Among the challenges, claims for billions of dollars in damages on both sides. The long-standing trade embargo still stands, but the Secretary of State says talks on full normalization will start next month. Now, here at home, one Cuban-born woman says she's watching closely to see how the reinstated relationship unfolds. 41 Action News reporter Lexi Suter sat with her tonight, and she says there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, Krista, that's right. As this woman put it, today's move is full of promise, but there are some flaws. And she wants to know what the U.S. is doing to make Cuba treat its people better. The sun shining on Havana, Cuba Friday as the Stars and Stripes once again could be seen flying high, a symbolic end of a tense relationship between two countries.
Sweetheart.
But one Cuban-born Kansas City woman tells me she has her reservations.
What concerns me about these relations, normalizing of relations, is that nowhere here do I see that we are requiring that country to do a better job of treating its own people. She was just a wonderful woman.
Maria Antonia was born in Cuba and fled to the U.S. with her mother and siblings when she was 5. A journalist, Antonia went back in the late 1990s and witnessed the way her relatives lived, always in fear.
I remember going not to one relative's home, but to two homes, different homes where they lived, and trying to interview them, and I had to do this and get this close to them, and you'll see that in the pictures, because they were whispering. And at first I'm going, what's going on here? Then it became so apparent that they're afraid to speak their own minds in their own homes.
While Antonia recognizes many Americans are excited about the new perks.
Let's go over there. It's great scuba diving. Let's get the cigars.
She wants to make sure our leaders aren't forgetting about her people.
Today, I think it was Kerry who said, we are gathered here because our leaders made a courageous decision to stop being prisoners of history. Well, the people of Cuba are still prisoners in their own country.
Last month, President Obama was quoted saying, "Nobody expects Cuba to be transformed overnight, but I believe that American engagement through our embassy, our businesses, and most of all, our people is the best way to advance our interest in support for democracy and human rights." Krista?
All right, thanks, Lexi. Now, restoring U.S.-Cuba relations is shaping up to be a game changer for Major League Baseball. According to ESPN, many Cubans playing in the league had to defect, often taking risky moves to get here. Multiple players on the Royals team are from Cuba. Eric Hosmer's parents moved to the States from Cuba before he was born.
I think it's special that people are getting to be able to see Cuba and what it's all about now. It's a beautiful country, and people finally get to go visit there, and there's no problems with it.
This time last year, there were 2 federal investigations into the smuggling of Cuban baseball players to the U.S. And despite this new relationship, Cuban players are still unable to come to the States without defecting.